Hello and welcome to the first Animation Treasures movie review.
Last night, I went to Movie Town to see the premiere of Maleficent.
I'm going to start by briefly talking about Walt Disney's masterpiece Sleeping Beauty that was made in 1959.
The original was made over 55 years ago, and it hasn't lost any of its original charm. Disney had seen better days, but they were nowhere close to giving up. While Sleeping Beauty may not be on the same level as Snow White, it's important to realize that making the film was a big gamble. Sleeping Beauty was made with an estimated budget of $6 million. Fast forward 55 years later, Maleficent was made with roughly $200 million.
Now they're really gambling.
In the '59 classic, we're mostly watching the movie for the supporting characters. The fairies carry the movie along, and waiting for glimpses of Maleficent keep us interested.
Aurora and Prince Philip don't honestly have a whole lot of personality.
In Sleeping Beauty, we just don't get to see enough of Maleficent.
She's also killed with very little effort.
Basically, what we have here is a retelling of Sleeping Beauty from Maleficent's point of view. When I saw the trailer for this movie, I pretty much thought it would be the Disney version of a horror film. I was surprised by the fact that Maleficent becomes a likable character, especially since I wasn't particularly thrilled about Angelina Jolie being chosen for the role.
Not because I dislike her, I just thought it might be a little bit distracting, but it really wasn't. This newer film gives these characters more of a purpose.
Before, I never really understood the motive to curse Aurora, but now there's more of a reason. This movie is full of jealousy, deceit, and revenge. I haven't seen a Disney movie this dramatic since The Lion King. I'm pleased with the fact the movie doesn't feel like it's watered down for children.
There's a really intense battle scene near the beginning of the movie. It's very violent for a PG film. Not that I'm complaining.
There is still some humor, but it's mostly dark humor. When Maleficent discovers that King Stefan has a daughter, she places a curse on baby Aurora. She prophesies that on Aurora's 16th birthday she will prick her finger on a spinning wheel and sleep for eternity. The only way the spell can be broken is by true love's kiss. I think it's interesting how some scenes are completely different and others are very similar. One major difference is Maleficent knows Aurora's whereabouts the entire time.
Instead of Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, we get Flittle, Knotgrass, and Thistlewit. The latter fairies don't have near the same charm as the former, but luckily we don't have to put up with them much. By the time the fairies are slung in the box, you'll be ready for it.
This movie is full of stunning, dreamlike visuals. There's some very imaginative characters. There are even some creatures who resemble Maleficent's minions from Sleeping Beauty. I also think it's cool how they found actors to resemble the cartoon characters. I recognized King Stefan instantly. Many characters have been improved upon. I thought Aurora seemed much more realistic. This movie addressed a few unanswered questions. When I was watching the original, one thing that always bothered me is why do the fairies mess everything up on the last day? All they had to do is wait until after she turned 16 to take her home. I guess if Aurora didn't prick her finger, we wouldn't have the story of Sleeping Beauty. One thing about the original Sleeping Beauty that I was never really a fan of is the original love story aspect, but I feel like in this movie they got it right. Great ending. Maleficent, thanks for showing us that true love does exist. The movie is available in 2D and 3D. The 3D looks great. In the past, I haven't been very impressed with 3D films, but I've only seen 3 other movies in 3D. The other movies, by the way, were Coraline, Frankenweenie, and the Lego Movie. Be on the lookout for my review of the Lego Movie coming soon.
So does this movie get a thumbs up? Of course! And if this review was useful to you, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up below.